Hello and welcome to today's episode of NYSC Half Hour. I am Nkem Okogo. On today's episode, we would highlight the stories of two ex-corps members who served diligently during their service year and have fully integrated into their host communities. They have created a productive life for themselves and have become active members of the community. Stay with us. It is an exciting episode. We will be right back. The NYSC Director General, Brigadier General Shuaibu Ibrahim, has said that the relevance of the scheme in the integration and national cohesion of the country cannot be underestimated. He said that the National Youth Service Corps has been serving as a tool for socio-economic development of the country through the deployment of corps members to states outside their states of origin, where they contribute their quota by making positive impact in the lives of their host communities through the execution of different laudable projects. Ibrahim added that the NYSC is germane and critical to the unity of the country. He added that corps members are always sensitized on camp on the need to be security conscious, not indulging in late-night movements and other risky adventures like night traveling. He further stated that security is everybody's business and security challenge is not limited to NYSC alone. The DG further stated that the partnership between the scheme and its stakeholders like the Bank of Industry, Central Bank of Nigeria, Access Bank, among others, which offer soft loans to corps members, has turned many of them to employers of labor and wealth creators. The DG also reiterated his call for the establishment of the National Youth Service Trust Fund, where a certain percentage of the proceeds from private organizations would be used to upgrade and maintain orientation camp facilities, while corps members would also be given a certain amount at the end of their service year to start their business vocations. He commended the state governments that have been performing their statutory responsibility of the provision, maintenance, and upgrade of camp facilities, while calling on others lagging behind to be alive to their responsibilities. General Ibrahim reiterated that the NYSC scheme has a good posting and deployment policy based on extant guidelines and regulations. Posting, redeployment, and other services are free of charge. Relocation is done on health and marital grounds with genuine reasons. Welcome back. Our first story is on Mrs. Rachel Macaulay, an indigene of Edo State and a graduate of Ambrose Ali University, Ekpoma. She was posted to Plateau State for her service year. During her service year, she contributed meaningfully to her place of primary assignment, Command Day Secondary School, Barking Ladi. She also volunteered to prepare students of the community for the General Certificate Examination GCE at the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association Center, NAOA. She is today married and settled in the community, and she is a staff of the NYSC. This is an interesting and inspiring story. Come with us.
I want it to be in record that the NYSC brought me to Plateau State. The NYSC gave me a job. NYSC gave me my certificate, gave me a husband, and gave me a good family. My name is Mrs. Rachel Macaulay. I'm from Edo State of Nigeria. I graduated from Ambrose Ali University, Ekpoma, and then I got posted to Plateau State in year 2000. I got my local posting letter to 3 Armored Division, Rukuba Barracks. When I got there, I was given an acceptance. I was posted to Command Day Secondary School. While there, at the time, the school was on holiday, so I was given a pass by the then commandant in the person of Colonel Siga, who happened to be one of our past DGs in the NYSC. So I was asked to resume on 2nd September 2000. So I came in only for me to come and meet a list of corps members rejected from the barracks. My name was among. I was so devastated. So I said I was not leaving this beautiful scenery. So I went to meet, I asked who is in charge of this place, and they said, who do you know? I said, I knew my commandant, the person I met in the barracks. And they laughed. They said, well, we take directives from 3 Armored Division. So go there and make a case. So I walked there. When I got there, I was taken to the office of the Colonel GS. And he now asked me, corps member, why are you looking as if you want to die? I said, sir, I was rejected. He said, why? Did you travel? I said, yes, sir. He said, why did you travel? I said, sir, I was given pass. He said, where's your pass? I presented it. And he now took me in. He said, sit down. I sat. He now told me, he said, Copper, if you were here yesterday, I would have reposted you to command secondary school Zaria Road. And I told him, I said, sir, I wouldn't have gone. He looked at me and said, with confidence, why? You have a boyfriend? I said, no, sir, I don't have anybody. I just love the scenery of this place. The barracks is so organized. There is 24 hours light and water. In fact, that caught me. And I said, in that case, you must serve here. I said, thank you, sir. Anywhere you post me here, sir, I'm ready to do my primary assignments. So he was moved by that. Just then, a young officer walked up. The man was just looking at me, straight in the eyes. I looked at him. I've never seen this man before. So I picked a magazine on the colonel's table and I blocked my face. So he told the officer she was rejected. What do we do about her case? So he now said, well, I'm going to post you to Nawa Center. You go and organize the place. I said, okay, sir. Can you do that? I said, yes, sir. That was all. He now minutes on my rejection again, and I was now reposted to Nawa Center. So when I got outside his place, I went back to tell that officer, thank you, sir. He said, okay, no problem. So I went downstairs. The same officer came. He said, oh, you didn't come again to give me feedback. I said, oh, I'm sorry, sir. I met with the colonel, sir. I'm sorry. And actually, this is this. He said, do you know the Nawa Center? I said, no, sir. I said, okay, let me help you there. So he drove me to the place. When we got there, the principal now acknowledged my posting, my reposting, and immediately I was signed in. I was now asked to resume fully the next day. So I left. The next day I came. The officer gave an instruction that when I come, they should ask me to call 2089. That was the landline to his office. So the principal now called. So he came down. And I said, Copper, how are you? I said, I'm fine, sir. From there, one thing led to another. And he said, I don't know. I like you so very much. I think we'll make a pair. I looked at him. I said, I've not come here to marry, sir. I don't think we can pair in any way. He said, no, Copper, you see, I just like your person. You know, he didn't toast to. He was just telling me, I know you are my wife. I've been looking forward to meeting you. I said, look at this man. I just kept quiet. I said, well, let me mellow. So I mellowed, I settled down. I now discovered this Nawa Center is just bare. Nothing was happening. I now said, okay, I'm going to start off a GCE class. We now put up an advert that people should come and prepare for their GCE classes, JAMB and all that. Do you know, we had just 5 students. So I was teaching and I copped in some other corps members. It wasn't growing. I wasn't getting fulfilled. So I went back. I told this officer that, sir, I'm not getting fulfilled here. I need to get the experience this 1 year. You understand? He said, so what do you want to go? I said, I want to go back to Komande Secondary School, where I can meet and teach secondary school students. You know, that was my initial posting. He said, okay. He just put a call across, and the next thing I was posted there. But I still come in the evening to run that GCE class. So I got back to the school. I was so excited. So I started giving out my best shots. I was posted to SS1, English language. I now discovered that in the class, some students cannot read. Some couldn't read at that time. So I took it upon myself to start teaching them things they needed to know from JS classes. I now took some back, teach them dictation, spellings, and they started building up. In fact, one of my very bad students then in SS1, I merged her with the others. She could write perfectly. She could read fluently. And then my supervisor was so shocked when I gave her the girl script, because she was written off by almost all the members of staff that she's not good enough. But she came out tops. And I just thank God for that. After my service here, the young man wanted us to get married immediately. I said, no, I have to finish my service so that my father's name will be in my certificate, because he trained me off in school. So he accepted. I finished my service on the 26th of July, year 2001, and I got married to him. He was then Major C.U. Macaulay on the 4th of August 2001. And after that, I was retained in the school as a teacher. I taught for some years until NYSC put up a publication on the newspaper for new staff to be recruited, I think in the year 2006. So I applied for the post of an inspector. And here I am. I was posted here as the local government inspector to Barrack and Ladi sometime last year, September. And till date, I'm still here doing what I know best, mentoring corps members to give in their best shot during their service here. Some of you started selling recharge cards from the lodge, from your place of primary assignment. Some of you started baking cake for birthdays, weddings in your various places of primary assignments. Now it's a time for you to face it properly. The NYSC has set you on, so you have to continue from that pace. Nigeria serves, Nigeria we serve.
Her energy is infectious. Her dedication to the growth and development of corps members in her local government area is evidence of the NYSC values instilled in her during her service here. We move on to yet another inspiring story of ex-corps member Chinecherem Chinomso Onyachu, an indigene of Abia State and a graduate of optometry from Abia State University. In 2018, he was posted to Ekwa Hospital in Oke-Igbala, Kwara State, for his primary assignment. During his service here, he observed the felt needs of his host community, particularly in relations to eye care. This spurred him to embark on various community development service projects to alleviate the sufferings of members of his community. Let us meet Dr. Chinecherem.
I am Dr. Chinecherem Chinomso Onyachu, native of Mbali Soch in Umunnoch local government of Abia State. I studied optometry in Abia State University, Uturu, between 2010-2016. I got posted to Kwara State for the compulsory one-year National Youth Service Corps. Prior to that time, I've not been to this part of Nigeria before. Trust me, it was when I was posted that I had to check where Kwara State is on the map. The orientation camp, interacted with a number of persons, and got posted to Umuaro, Kwara State, precisely Ekwa Hospital, Oke-Igbala, where I spent the 1 year. Being a healthcare professional, an eye care professional in particular, I started thinking of various ways by which I could reach out to people that cannot help themselves in a way of community development service. Having understood that it is one of the true heartbeats of NYSC, I consulted with the admin officer of the hospital where I served. I started thinking of how I can assess the community, having itemized a number of things I felt as observed needs in this environment.
Dr. Chinecherem, having observed the high prevalence of eye diseases in the community and the limited care available, he set up to achieve the most significant impact by embarking on a school-based comprehensive eye care project with secondary school students spanning 10 schools in Umuaro and environs.
When I came to Kwara State, I observed that there are a few eye care professionals here. And on landing to Irekpo, the local government, Umuaro, I scouted and I also observed that I think it's only one eye care professional. I also observed within the first 2 months in my place of primary assignment here, the nature of cases I see, how long they have lasted with those patients. You know, a case that should have been handled within a few months, you see a patient carrying that case for years. That shows that there is no place these patients would have solved this problem before now. So I decided to reach out. So looking at student performance, we know that the brain thinks in images. All of us, if you want to remember something, you try to remember a picture. So if your eye can't give you the image, your brain cannot process anything properly. And I said, okay, the assignment to be done in eye care in this area is so vast. I cannot carry all of them within the space of this 1 year I have to serve. So I have to pick a section that will be a kind of intermediary that will spread the awareness to both the young and the elderly, and also make a significant productive impact in the future of the generation that will come out having gotten this awareness. Therefore, I chose a school-based comprehensive eye care project. In that school-based comprehensive eye care project, I decided to choose secondary school students. The project spanned 10 different schools in Umuaro and communities around. In fact, we have communities that is about 45 minutes drive from this place, Arandu. So I selected randomly those schools and we screened the students. At the end of the day, I screened 1,567 school children. Yes, within a space of 4 months, through the support of Chief and every other person that partnered with us. At the end of the day, the involvement of Honorable Tunji Ajulo, the House of Rep member representing Isin Okero Irepodo and the Ekiti Federal Constituency, who sponsored the distribution of drugs and glasses. He paid for the drugs and glasses we gave to these school-age children that need them. So that was the first project we did.
With the support of members of the community and the NYSC, Dr. Chinecherem constructed a 4-room toilet facility to cater to the needs of outpatients of the Ekwa Hospital.
There are patients that do not necessarily have need to be admitted into the ward. So most times they come, take their care, and they go home. So I observed that most of them look around to find a place to ease themselves. And it's embarrassing when a patient comes to you, doctor, please, where can I ease myself? And you're looking around with like the patient too. I saw it as a need. I also communicated the hospital management. I went back to Umuaro Development Association. Please, you know, the community will still come here to access care. And when they come to access care, they will also need a place to ease themselves. They joined me too. I started looking for funds and we succeeded in building the 4 rooms outpatient toilets.
To help people who are not familiar with the environment locate the hospital easily, Dr. Chinecherem constructed directional signboards at major entrances leading to the Ekwa Hospital.
From the highway that you are passing, this is Ilorin Umuaro Highway, you may not notice a significant signboard that may point out some other things. If you enter the road, you can drive down straight from that road and you will get to the Lower Niger Basin without knowing where to negotiate left or right to get the hospital. So I saw the need to put a directional signboard at that place so that people that enters Okebala will not miss their routes when they want to go to the hospital to other places.
For a more inclusive and sustainable solution to address the challenges of poor eye care in the community, Dr. Chimnecherem identified a need to organize seminars for school teachers to educate them on eye care and provide them with visual acuity charts in order to tell the visual status of students upon resumption to school. This intervention is geared towards identifying the eye care needs of students early in order to prevent long-term damage.
I did not want the eye care awareness to die off. I organized a seminar for school teachers. Out of the 10 schools, they gave me 1 or 2 teachers. And we held a seminar where I educated them about eye care. I gave them visual acuity charts. In eye care, there is what they will call visual corridor. Anybody can be trained on the use of visual acuity charts. In some schools, standard schools, there are school clinics. When people that don't have school clinics, there is always a visual corridor where a staff, health-related staff, or any staff trained for that, should be able to assess the visual acuity of every new intake, so that if the students fall short of the standard visual acuity, the student is advised appropriately from beginning, so that they take care of that, because poor visual acuity and status will definitely affect this child's performance. So I conducted that seminar, educated them, trained them on the use of the charts, and gave each school, the 10 schools, each of them 1 visual acuity chart, and helped them arrange how they can use it in their various schools.
Dr. Chimnecherem found the people of the community accommodative and supportive throughout his stay in the community.
So the moment I came, I met people that are hospitable. I got significant acceptance. And when I met the community leaders and the community persons properly, I saw them as very, very accommodative and supportive. I observed that once you have something genuine, significant and useful, you will find help. Yes. So that's the summary of my experience here.
Members of the community, in gratitude to Dr. Chimnecherem and the NYSC, had this to say.
COPAs have been very, very beneficial to this community in terms of the community development services. The ex-COPA of Equa Hospital Moro, Dr. Oyachim, who's a friend, really did wonderfully well by assisting our children and the elderly who had a vision problem, because his project centered on restoration of vision. I benefited from this particular project myself and some of the schools in the local government. In fact, he extended his services beyond Umara community, which spilled to the nearby local governments such as Okero and the Ekiti local governments, both in Kwara State. He made sure that he distributed glasses to those who needed, then drugs to some. He involved a lot of us, teachers in the secondary schools, the members of Umara National Executive Committee, and some politicians, especially Honorable Tunji Ajulo-Okwen, House of Rep, who was a major partner in this particular project.
He is able to always identify challenge and look for a way to solve it. And whatever he puts his mind into doing, he will follow it to the end. He's an easygoing person who does not joke with his work and who will not joke with his patients too. He's a person that from the 1 year we used together, it's close to 1 year, we saw that he did all he did with passion for progress and for his patients. And we enjoy this team spirit too.
We really enjoy him because we work together like a family, and all along is a very hardworking, core member. And you can see during his period, we were able to at least travel to so many places together just to go for outreach. And everywhere we reach, he always wants to make sure that when we see any challenges, we make sure we overcome those challenges. And coming to the hospital, there's no time you call him for work that you say, I'm tired or I'm not. No. It's generally, I'm not surprised when he was called upon for, award.
I got a call from the national headquarters, NYSC, Abuja, and I was congratulated. I was asked to confirm my name, my state code, my course of study, and when I confessed, I was congratulated and was told that I am among the awardees. I was given a schedule to arrive Abuja and so on and so forth, and every details was now subsequently sent. So that was how it happened on that Saturday morning. I'm grateful for the platform. In fact, that's the best word. Is the platform, is the leverage. Because if not for NYS, I will not come to Kwara State. Nigeria serves, Nigeria we
serve. Service to humanity on full display. Dr. Chinechere prioritized the needs of the community and created solutions that were useful to the people. On that beautiful note, we draw the curtain on today's episode of NYSC Half Hour. We always love to hear from you. Please write to us on the online handles displayed on your screens right now, and we would write back. Remember, the safety of core members in our communities is the responsibility of you and I. Until I see you next time, I am Nkem Okwogu. Stay safe. Nigeria, we serve.